Baba today explains the meaning of honesty. There are some words which are very frivolously understood. They are understood at a very surface level, and I think two such words are honesty and surrender. And today Baba talks about honesty, and Baba says that honesty means that you become a world server. So let me read out what Baba says. Baba says, those of you who serve the whole universe are honest. You make many others similar to yourselves and are not those who love to rest. Now you see, sometimes you think that honesty is just about speaking the truth. Yes, so I always share this example that there was this one Mata and she used to do nothing according to Srimad, and she would every day send a chart saying, I didn't read the Murli, I didn't do Amrit Vela, I didn't do anything, and I went into all kinds of impurity. And then that chart came for every day 6 months. And then I said, why don't you take one step at least? So she said that at least I am honest, that I am telling you what I am doing and what I am not doing. So I said, I don't know whether this is called honesty or not. Because you see, when there is no honesty of intention to do what Baba asks us to do, then just telling Baba that I didn't do this and didn't do the other, that's not honesty. So first, there is the honesty that, you see, when you go to an office, what is honesty there as a professional? So, your honesty lies in using the funds and the resources of the office for the purpose for which the office is set up. So, that's honesty. And Baba says that whatever you have in terms of body, mind, wealth, everything that you have has been given to you in trust. Yes, it has been, you are a trustee, and everything has been given to you in trust. And you have to use all your resources for world benefit. And you see, world service is done in many ways. Even when when you belong to Baba and you do well professionally also, then you become Baba's face, yes, and people know that you are Baba's child. So you may do anything in the Lokik world. You may be heading a company, you may be taking care of a household, you may be taking care of some project, you may be doing anything. But when you do it and you know that you are Baba's child, and whatever you do has to set an example that it is the teachings that Baba is giving you that is enabling you to do that, then you show the path to others to do the same. Yes, so just think about when there's a famous cricketer or somebody and they say that it is my meditation practice and it is my vegetarianism because of which I am I am successful the way I am, then what happens is people who are listening to them, they think that vegetarianism or meditation is the way to success. So then they start following that person. So Baba says you have to understand that everything that you do, everything that you have, everything that you achieve has to be an example for others to follow Baba's directions. And that is, so there are two ways. So there is a direct way in which we sustain Baba's work by contributing our body, mind and wealth to this work that Baba carries out through the centers. So we contribute when in the running of the center, in opening new centers, and all of that is there. And then in our Lokik life also, when we do whatever we are doing, whether there is one Mata and she said that ever since I came to Baba, I get up at 3:30 in the morning, and by 8 I almost finish every work that's there in the house. And then I've taken up a job also now, and I work 4 hours in that job, and I'm always happy and cheerful. And because of that, there are so many people around me who are asking me, what gives you so much energy? And I tell them, take the course and you will know the source of my energy. And they are taking up the course because of that. So you see that Baba says that you have to use everything that you have, every skill, every quality, or directly and indirectly in this world seva. So you see, when we say directly, it means that you become a right hand for the seva that's going on in the center, with which you are attached, and then you support the center through body, mind and wealth. And then indirectly, when you become an embodiment of Baba's virtues and Baba's disciplines, and then you operate in the world, people who see you also see an example of what Raj Yoga does, and then they also get attracted to follow the practice. So Baba says that you have to be honest in this manner. And children who like to sleep and take rest, that is dishonesty. So wasting your time, wasting your energy, wasting your wealth, just engaging in sensual pleasure and sleeping, eating, that's not the way of a Brahmin, and that's not being honest to Baba. You see, because Baba gives us so much sustenance, and Baba says that when you become an embodiment of that sustenance, when you become the example of what I am teaching you, and when you think, when you understand that whatever you have is for Baba's seva, then you are an honest soul, and then you use everything that you have, every second, every thought, to create a new world. And it is not just directly that you create a new world, but even when you think about your Lokik life and you know that I have to do well in such a way that people know that a Raj Yogi is doing well, then that is also a way to set an example. So Baba says this is honesty. And so honesty is not just about making mistakes and being truthful about it. Honesty is about having that honest intention that I belong to Baba, whatever I have belongs to Baba, and how I can use my skills and qualities and assets and everything to create a world where everybody is meditating and taking power from Baba. That is the world we want to create. And then there is, I always think about this word surrender also. And you see, there is one Kanya, and she came to the center and she told me that I want to be surrendered. I want to surrender. So I said, what do you think you mean by surrendering? So she said that, living in Baba's house and living in peace and living in purity. So I said, you see, that surrender doesn't mean that, you just leave your job and just stay in a center. Surrender means that you know that everything you have has to be used for creating the best version of you and creating a world that Baba has come to create. And it doesn't matter where you are, you can always be surrendered. Yes, so surrender is an act of the mind. But if you think that I cannot be surrendered when I am in my Lokik setting and you're trying to run away from there, and then you think that, only when I go to the center I'll be surrendered, then you can't be surrendered in the center also. Because you have the sanskar of running away. And when you are running away from somewhere, you go somewhere else and then you want to run away from there also. So, it's not, surrender doesn't mean that you don't want to be part of your old life and old world and you want to come to this new center, new place and start a new life. But it means that you change your attitude, you change your mindset in such a way that you follow Baba's disciplines through thought, word and action, and you create a life where you know that everything you have and everything you do has to be according to Baba's directions. So that is surrender. Surrender is an act of the mind and intellect rather than a physical act. And even if you surrender physically, if you are not surrendered with the mind and intellect, then you can be of no use to Baba. Because you see, surrender means doing everything on Baba's directions. And with that requires a surrender of the mind and intellect. Because if you live in the center also and you do everything according to your manmat, according to what you feel like doing, then that's not very surrendered. So these are concepts that are very misunderstood. Then you see, Baba says that without belonging to Brahma Baba, you cannot become a Brahmin. And it is said you change from a Shudra to a Brahmin to a deity. So first we have to become a Brahmin, and we cannot become a Brahmin without belonging to Brahma Baba. Now, what does Baba mean by this? So you see that Brahma Baba is not even here, right? So Brahma Baba is now in the angelic stage. And when we come to Baba, Baba says that we are Shudras at that time, which means that we have all impure habits and impure sanskars in a very immersed state. And then Baba says that I adopt you through Brahma Baba. Yes. So now you see that when you read the Murli, so Baba speaks the Murli through Brahma Baba. And in the Murli, you have Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba both speaking. Yes, because Brahma Baba is also sharing his experiences in the Murli. And Brahma Baba is also sharing his experience about how he feels the knowledge of Shiv Baba fits into, this present reality setting. And so you cannot separate the Murli as this is what Shiv Baba says and this is what Brahma Baba says. And when Shiv Baba comes, he doesn't act alone, does he? You see, Shiv Baba is called the Almighty, and an Almighty is supposedly equipped to do everything on his own. But despite being called Almighty, Shiv Baba chooses Brahma Baba as the instrument, and he does everything through Brahma Baba. And then you see, why does Shiv Baba do everything through Brahma Baba? Because a physical instrument is very necessary. You know, you need a corporeal instrument in between, because the incorporeal Shiv Baba is talking to the incorporeal souls who are very body conscious. Yes, and in body consciousness, you cannot understand the one who is speaking from 100% soul consciousness. Yes, so it's very difficult to understand what Shiv Baba is saying or what Shiv Baba is asking us to do without Brahma Baba. And Brahma Baba is the one who understands everything that Shiv Baba says, because that's his part. He understands everything because he is the number one soul. So when Shiv Baba speaks, he understands everything accurately. That is his part. And when Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba together give us sustenance, then we in the body conscious, in the realm or in the body conscious stage, are able to imbibe what Shiv Baba is trying to say. Because without Brahma Baba, we cannot do that. And you see that when Baba says that there are some children who say, I have only connection with Shiv Baba, and you do not have any connection with Brahma Baba, then Baba says you cannot change into a deity, because you need Brahma Baba in between. Now that Brahma Baba is in the angelic stage, now you see that when Brahma Baba was in the corporeal form, he used to give directions directly also. Yes, so when you had to understand what Baba is saying in the Murli, or when you had to understand what you need to do in this situation according to Srimad, then Brahma Baba gave very specific answers to that. And that is important, because without that direction and that interpretation, you cannot progress on this journey on your own. And in a body conscious stage, it is almost impossible to understand Shiv Baba's directions directly. You need somebody to talk from their experience and talk on the basis of the journey they have had and the purusharth they have done, so that their experience, their purusharth helps you on your journey. And Baba says, now that Brahma Baba is in the angelic region, then also we need a sakar instrument, we need a corporeal instrument always. We need the Brahmin family. Yes, we cannot say that I dismiss all of Brahma Baba's experiences and Dadi's experiences and I just, and even without acknowledging Brahma Baba, you cannot even read the Murli, because Murli is a combination of Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba. So how do you dismiss that? And Shiv Baba says, you say that you remember Shiv Baba and you have no regard for Brahma Baba, then I told you to remember me through Brahma Baba. So I didn't tell that to you directly. So how can you say that I don't believe in Brahma Baba, I only have regard for Shiv Baba? Because if you're remembering me, that's something I told you through Brahma Baba's mouth. So you have to have regard for the physical instrument also, because without that, you cannot, without that it's very ungrateful, and then it's like, it's like you're dismissing the very cord that connects you to Shiv Baba. So this is not the language that Brahmins speak, that I am directly connected to Shiv Baba and not connected to Brahma Baba. And I'll tell you, there are many children who claim to be Shiv Baba's children, and they just listen to classes on YouTube, and they don't connect to any center, they don't connect to even the instrument to which they listen to on YouTube. And that's not the way of a Brahmin, because a Brahmin is somebody who submits their chart. A Brahmin is somebody who takes responsibility of seva. A Brahmin is somebody who takes directions, and for that you need a corporeal instrument. And if we say that we are just doing everything on our own and there's direct connection with Shiv Baba without any connection with the instruments or the yagya that is giving us so much of sustenance, then that's not the Brahmin way of doing things. And you should have a teacher to whom you submit your chart. So when you do everything or don't do everything according to Baba's Srimad, you have to report it to somebody, and that chart has to be sent to an instrument. You have to also participate in the service that the instrument is taking up. You have to also show your involvement in the activities that Shiv Baba is undertaking through the instrument, and you also have to take directions from time to time from the instrument, and that is most necessary on this path. If we just think that we'll without any corporeal instrument we'll just get connected to Shiv Baba, and sometimes people say that I'm not taking sustenance from any instrument, but you are taking sustenance. You are listening the murli through some instrument, you are listening to the classes through some instrument, and then you are dismissing the instrument because if somebody is directly listening to YouTube, then they are listening to somebody. Yes, they are listening through somebody, but you are dismissing the instrument. So that's not not what a Brahmin does. A Brahmin is not that ungrateful. Yes, so Baba says that no, I'm saying online or offline, you have to connect to somebody. Like you people are connected to this center, you people are connected to the seva that's going on, or the directions you take from here, or the classes you listen to here. But there are some who are not connected anywhere. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about those who are connected online or offline. Baba says that these days you can be connected online also, but what I'm saying is you have to submit your chart to somebody, you have to take directions from somebody, you have to participate in seva through some instrument. So this is most important. And Baba says that when there is no corporeal instrument, then children say that I am just connected to Shiv Baba directly. That's not Brahmin like, because Brahmin means there is an instrument that Shiv Baba provides you. So this is there. And then about the murli also, Baba says you have to have gratitude for Brahma Baba, and you have to understand that Shiv Baba speaks the murli through Brahma Baba. And I'll tell you one thing, there is this question also sometimes that new souls ask, that if Shiv Baba is the supreme soul, then why do you keep Brahma Baba's picture in the center? And why do you have Brahma Baba's picture in Baba's room? These are also questions that new souls ask. And sometimes Brahmins also, whether they ask or not, they have these questions sometimes. And but Baba says that I never operated directly, I operated through Brahma Baba. So I gave the Murli, I gave the directions through Brahma Baba. So keeping Brahma Baba's picture is, is our way of showing gratitude to that instrument who became such a dedicated instrument to Shiv Baba. And when we read the Murli, it is Bab Dada's Murli, it is Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba speaking together. So we cannot say that we are only being sustained by Shiv Baba, we are also being sustained by Brahma Baba. And now you see that in yesterday's Murli also, when there is the Avyakt Vani, you understand that Brahma Baba in the subtle region is also very concerned about children right now. And Brahma Baba is also taking care of us and sustaining us through his Avyakt sustenance. Do you feel that? When you remember, when in meditations, you go to the subtle world and sit before Farishta Brahma Baba, before angel Brahma Baba, can you feel Baba's presence? How many of you can feel that? Yes, there are many who feel that. And why? And others have not tried. So if you try, then you'll feel it. So when you go to the subtle region, when you go to that region of light where Brahma Baba is in his angelic stage, and you change into your angelic dress and go there, then you feel that Shiv Baba and Brahma Baba are giving you that drishti which you are absorbing through your eyes, and that is giving you so much power. And just becoming a point of light and going to the soul world always doesn't help. So that is one way of connecting, but there's also another way where you go to the angelic region and you feel that, just like in the corporeal days, Brahma Baba, Shiv Baba used to give drishti to Brahma Baba's eyes. So Brahma Baba's eyes are still the medium of Shiv Baba's drishti. And you take that drishti, and that drishti is so energizing and making you so much powerful and burning your sins. So Baba says that this is something that we must understand, that we cannot dismiss Brahma Baba, we cannot dismiss the importance of being connected, whether online or offline. We have to be connected to a place, just like you people are connected here. So these are the things. And then Baba tells us that you have to become a Brahmin. Now what is Brahmin? You see, you cannot become an angel or a deity directly. You have to first become a Brahmin. And you see that when somebody says that I'm a Bihari or a Gujarati or I'm an American or an English person, then what do they mean? They mean that they have a culture to which they adhere, right? So there's a culture, what we do, what we don't do, what we wear, what we don't wear, what we eat, what we don't eat, how we get up, sleep. So there's a whole culture associated with being, that label. And when we say being a Brahmin, so being a Brahmin means that you eat pure food, you get up at Amrit Vela, you remember Baba in the morning wee hours, you listen to Murli every day, you participate in the seva of the center. So you always take care that, whenever there is any seva, you contribute whatever you can. And then you also take care that you submit your chart to the instrument teacher so that they also know about your progress. So there is a reporting also, which is a very important part of Brahmin life. You maintain your honesty with your instrument teacher. You tell them about your life and practices and what you're doing and what you're not doing. So, and then you have the evening meditations, you follow a life of celibacy. These are the things that a Brahmin does. And I remember, um, when you in the world, sometimes you think that sometimes we don't take our Brahmin form very seriously, but in the world also people know what BKs do and what they don't do. And you tell anybody I'm a BK, they'll instantly ask you, so you get up at 4 in the morning? So they know that BKs get up at 4 in the morning. They know that. And I remember, there was this one person, and he was an officer in a company, and he came to the center, and it was 8 in the evening, and at 8:30 he said, now I must take your leave and go early, because you people wake up at 4, and I would not like you to extend this meeting and get tired. So I said, how do you know that we get up at 4? You have come first time to a BK center. So I said, everybody knows BKs get up at 4. So I said, okay. So you see that in the world also BKs are famous for that BKs speak softly, speak sweetly. So BKs are humble, polite. BKs are disciplined. BKs have this discipline of food and celibacy, and BKs have this discipline of Amrit Vela. And then BKs are very obedient to Baba's Srimat. So everybody knows these things, and Baba says this is what makes you a Brahmin. And without being a Brahmin, you cannot become a deity. So Baba says, don't think that you will have divine virtues without changing your lifestyle and your food habit, and dressing simply. And if you don't make these changes, see, these changes are the least that you can make, right? So changing on an external level is the first level of change. Some people say that you wear white and it's a very great sacrifice. So no, that's the least thing. Changing clothes is very easy. Changing your inner world is difficult. So if you can't even change your clothes, how can you change your inner world? If you cannot face a room full of people, and you feel that when you walk into that room wearing white and a badge, then people will judge you. If you think like that, then how can you not get affected by anybody's opinion? And how can you speak your mind, and how can you be yourself in the face of other people? Because if you're so afraid of judgment that you cannot change your clothes, then how can you change your attitude and your thought process in the face of other people judging you? So Baba says that these are the qualities of a Brahmin, and if you cannot choose your own food, how can you choose your own thoughts? If somebody can force you to eat what they are trying to make you eat, then they can of course force you to think what they are trying to make you think. So it doesn't go that way. So Baba says that the first thing is, and this lifestyle change is very important for this practice of inner purity, because without disengaging your senses from impure engagement, you cannot disengage your mind and intellect from impure engagement. So Baba says that you have to become a Brahmin before becoming a deity. And how do you become a Brahmin without seeing a Brahmin? So until and unless you become part of the part of the BK community. So this is why I told you, until and unless you're connected to a center, whether online or offline, you have to be connected somewhere, so that somebody tells you that you have to do this and not do that, and do the and be like, and you also have a reference point of what do we want to become like, what do we want to speak like, what do we want to behave like. So Baba says that that's very important, and without becoming a Brahmin you cannot become a deity. So you cannot dismiss the importance of belonging to the Brahmin family and being a Brahmin, and then only can we think about, imbibing the subtler aspects of Baba's teachings and becoming a deity. Okay, Om Shanti.